Yo, what's going on, guys? So, a little bit of a sad episode today. I recorded like an hour with Firinn and Drand and Prey yesterday, going over all the routes, talking about all the stuff, and then when I went to edit it, I realized that all of them were muted, so it's just me talking to myself for an hour with long pauses in between each thing, so kind of a bummer. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about as far as routes, so I'm going to start it off with kind of my new thing that I was doing in my Discord every day. I'll post like a poll, and then I think every week in the podcast we'll just kind of like look at the results and talk about them. A little less interesting because it's just me by myself, but the results are kind of cool. So first one was, what do you use for nameplates? One person uses the regular WoW, 2 people use LVY, and 7 people use Plater, which I think is pretty good. Plater is my favorite. I'll link my Plater profile in the description. It's free for everybody, not just like subscribers anymore. But yeah, Plater's pretty sick, especially for Spiteful. There's like a add-on to Plater that changes the name of the Spiteful target, or like it changes the name of the mob to the name of the target, so you can like easily see who's going where. Helps you like control and protect your team. Second question was, how many tunes are you going to be gearing for 9.2? One person, which was me, said 5, which probably isn't going to be the case, but I don't know. I'm going to try. Probably have at least 3. One person said 4 tunes, which I think was Drand. 2 people said 3, 3 people said 2, and 3 people said 1. So probably like 1, 2, or 3 is pretty common for most people. I think that makes sense. I think it's going to be fun to try out the set bonuses on all the different tunes. I really like that the set bonus, like if you get the tier set, it works for all of your specs. I think that's pretty fun, because if I get on the druid, then I could just play like all the specs. And once you get like your conduit upgrades, it'll be all the conduits for doing all the 20 dungeons. So basically once my druid has all 20s and the set bonus, like all the specs are pretty much geared out. I'm not going to feel like I'm behind on anything like I did this patch, which is cool. Next question was, Tormented or Prideful? Which one did we like more? 1 person said Prideful and 8 people said Tormented, which I think makes sense. That 1 person probably didn't play tank or healer. I don't know, to each his own, but I think Tormented is cool. It's a lot less restrictive. Prideful kind of felt like, okay, like here's the route that you use, and if anyone accidentally pulls anything, it's over. It's kind of like how it felt. Whether or not that was true, that was just sort of like the general vibe in a lot of keys that we did, or like pugs. So Tormented was cool. Looking forward to the new seasonal affix. Hopefully it's even better. So far it looks really cool. Favorite tanks to pug / play with? Paladin looks like the clear winner here. It's pretty cool. Paladin can do a lot. I think I picked Druid just because I play Druid a lot, so I'm like, I can look at their cooldowns and kind of understand where their head's at and what they might be doing and when they might need heals, or you could look at their incarn and figure out like, oh, he's going to do a big pull here, whereas a lot of other tanks I don't understand that much, so I don't really know where their head's at unless we're in Discord, but that's a whole other thing. It was more meant for like pugging and casual stuff. Yeah, and then similar question was for healers. Shaman seemed to be the majority here, but I mean, keep in mind there's like 7 to 10 people answering these polls, so it's not like a huge sample size where this is really just what my friends think about these classes. It's not really like the general WoW population, but I still think it's kind of cool. Yeah, so Shaman, pretty good. I think just because it has a kick. Got like pretty steady damage, pretty safe heals, can play like whatever covenant, has a lust. It kind of like covers a lot of the bases for your group, because like sometimes say you want to play like a boomy, maybe then you don't have like kicks as often, but if you have a shaman who's got like a 12 seconds I think, really short cooldown on the kick, then you can kind of fill in that gap, and you can be a little more flexible with other things. Paladin's really good too. I think Paladin is one of those ones where like if they're good, they're like really, really good. But there's a lot of like bad paladins that just like people are like, oh, I want to press Ashen, and then like they don't really know how to play it, which is fine. No hate, but that seems to be the case. Whereas like Shaman's kind of like, even if you're like not good at it, you're like kind of fine, you know? Maybe you just like don't press Spirit Link or something, or Cloudburst like me. Need a big weak aura reminder for that. Tyrannical versus Fortified was the next question. Kind of split. 3 Tyrannical, 5 for Fortified. I think that's about right, especially this expansion. They did a pretty good job of balancing it, and yesterday, kind of what we were talking about in the episode that does not exist anymore because it wasn't recorded because I'm a fucking idiot. We were talking about like Spires and Plaguefall. We really like Tyrannical more than Fortified Forces. Like there's really some dungeons where like Tyrannical is almost easier to push, which is cool. So nice little split. They kind of balanced it pretty good. So those are the polls. If you're interested in participating in the polls, there's also like discussions and stuff. I'll link my Discord in the description. It's like open for everybody, and pretty much every day I post a new poll and we talk back and forth. You could troll. Trolling is welcomed and encouraged, but just don't be like a dick about it, and we're good. So then we'll kind of briefly look over the routes. I feel bad because like we literally just did this for like an hour yesterday, but I'll remember the key points, which is Firinn brought up every inspired mob in other side can be mind controlled by a DK, so kind of cool. But in the ring, they tend to be the low health mobs, except for the cultist, but that's like a medium health mob, I guess. So it's really not too threatening in here. I guess just kill the inspired in these 2 packs as quick as you can, because it's just these little baby raptor guys. And then this one over here, usually you use the jar to stun them. So you kind of just pull everything to the jar, stun it, kill this guy really quick, and it's fine. And it's, like I said, Tyrannical, not Fortified, so pretty chill. Oh, sorry. So it's Tyrannical, Inspiring, Quaking is the affixes this week. Ardenweald, there's really not a lot that you want to kick in these packs, so the Inspired doesn't really matter, except for your tank kiting. So I don't know, just focus them down, I guess, is our move. I haven't really been tanking a lot, but kind of going to get back into it, especially going into the new season. So maybe I'll be tanking some Doskies this week. My favorite wing. I do that every week, but, you know. Yeah, pretty chill. There's, like, Inspired here and there, but it's really not anything that's going to trip you up too much. There's an Inspired here, which is kind of annoying, but I don't know. Usually you have big cooldowns like coming into this pull, especially if you're skipping this drill here. You just run up and pop everything, and then you do my favorite invis skip, slide on through here. Nothing inspired here. Use, you know, whatever cooldowns you got there, I guess, or hold for boss even. This can be kind of dangerous on 4 weeks, but on Tyrannical it's not gonna be too bad. This guy's inspired, but I like to walk past him, so that doesn't really matter. And then this priest is inspired, which this is probably the only like trouble for us on other side this week, is we're either gonna want to CC him or focus the hexer down and then pull that. Fun fact is the jar will still stun inspired mobs, so we could always use that in a panic. Yeah, nothing too fancy. I guess just we'll pull these back and stun them like we normally do. Yeah, not too bad. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear, but my neighbors are like doing construction right now, so if you hear like loud noises, that's why. This Halls of Atonement, pretty chill. Nothing too crazy. This big pull, I guess if we do this, we're gonna like CC the Houndmaster and then pull him in later, which is pretty cool. Like maybe I'll CC him, and then when all these casters are dead and it's just the shard, bring in the Houndmaster and these little groundskeepers, and then inspiring really doesn't affect you, which is pretty nice. Man, does it feel bad to do this again after I fucked up the recording. Not that it feels bad to talk about it, but it feels bad because like it was so much better when I had 3 of my friends in here talking about it with me. They had really good points and I can't remember them, but it's okay. I learned a lesson. I will not fuck that up again. And the funny part is during the fucking recording, I was like, I kept checking because I felt like my volume was weird. And I kept looking at it, and I was like, no, my mic's, you know, the little level thing's blinking when I'm talking. But I didn't realize why it looked weird was because my desktop audio was muted. So normally, like, there'd be another bar moving, and I'm just a fucking idiot. So anyway, moving on. This double pull's a little bit spicy because there's 2 inspired. But I'm going to still do it and see if we die. We talked a little bit about skipping through the door here, but I don't know exactly how to do it, and I feel like they're going to patch that out, so we're not even going to talk about that, to be honest. Yeah, hall's pretty chill. Not bad. Mists we talked about. These mobs, I believe Firinn was mentioning when we're fighting these packs, like, because they're inspired. If, say, let's see. There is Tender is inspired, which is pretty chill. Yeah, so basically, like, if you need to kick something in a pinch, you can, like, Typhoon or Ring of Peace or, like, grip the inspired away. And then you can kick, like, as long as it's out of range. So you can do that if you're really, really quick, but can be a little bit dangerous. Coming down here, you probably don't want to do this double pull like this. Either kill that one quick, or, like, CC it and do it later, I think is our move. This Reaver's annoying. I'm gonna make sure I CC that. Inspired here, you just kill, like, instantly, so it's not even really a concern. These guys are fine. Everything else here is pretty chill. So miss, not too bad this week. Plaguefall, I believe the only thing that really matters is there's 2 inspired here. So just I'll make sure I have, like, a tanking cooldown, or my tank has a tanking cooldown for this, because you can't really stun or kite. But, you know, nothing too bad. Pretty much nothing crazy inspired in here. And there's nothing inspired down there, which is really nice. So Plaguefall is actually pretty good this week. It's one of the ones we prefer on Tyrannical, because I don't even know why, but we just do. Penguin Depths. Here. What is this? Default route? Or I thought this was Kyle's route. Alright, this is just regular, straightforward route. There's an inspired here, but there's no casters, so that's fine. These guys might hurt a little bit, because you can't really kick them. So it's just going to hurt when they die, like they pop. Same thing here. But, you know, Tyrannical, not fortified, so it kind of balances out there. This guy being inspired kind of sucks, because there's a lot of casters here, but they don't hurt a lot. So you could probably just nuke this pack down. I even like to do like this all together. Or if we're really worried about the inspired, we can CC him, pull everything else outside, and then pull the inspired with the mini boss. And then that's one way to deal with that, I guess. Something that we talked about a little bit yesterday. Scribe is inspired. Nothing really too crazy here. I guess you just don't want to pull anything that has a warden with anything that's inspired, because you want to kick the cast of Barbed Shackles, which hurts someone pretty bad. You can Freedom it or Tiger's Lust it if it lands on the target, which is good, but you don't want to plan to have to do that, or at least I don't. It's another case of maybe CC the Pat, kill these 4, and then I'll just pull this with the mini boss. And then nothing is inspired at this gauntlet until you get to the end, but this pull is fucking easy, so who cares? On to the next. Spires is kind of annoying because there's a lot of, like, dangerous casts, I think, so this might actually be hard for us. So, I mean, we're either gonna kill this guy really fast and then pull the Goliath, or CC him, do the pack, and then bring this upstairs and do it with them, maybe. This is one of the rare times when I'll CC the Mender, I think. A lot of people have been doing that since Season 1, but I don't know if they know why. But at any rate, I might actually CC him and pull him with the... Oh no, you don't want to pull him with the mini-boss. I wonder if they get inspired. If anyone knows, let me know. I feel like they don't, but also wouldn't be surprised if they did. Nothing inspired there. These double pulls are fine. Yeah, I think what we decided yesterday is we're gonna CC this and still do the double because that's a fun double. This double's fine. We just kill the bird. This one's weird because one of these is inspired, but it doesn't really know which, so it just shows them all as inspired. I know this pull maybe hurts, but I think Lust Boss. I like lusting this on Fortified, but I think Lust Boss and just live that pull. Yeah, and then nothing really too bad for the rest of the dungeon. Pretty nice. Oh, Necrotic Wake. We talked about some stuff in here. I don't even remember what the hell we talked about. What did we talk about? Oh. Yeah, so we talked about this guy's inspired here, so you can turn evil him or para and then like ring him away, and that nothing else would be inspired, which is pretty chill. We talked a little bit about weapon usage on a Marth. I said I don't want to ever use weapons on a Marth ever again. I had a bad experience, but some people disagreed. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing again. And then we talked about orb usage up here. Drand likes to use orbs up here. I think maybe, if any items, you one orb a Marth, the dragon boss, because if those ads come out and like taking too long, I don't know, can be useful. But I prefer to save everything for this last guy here because he hurts the most, especially on Tyrannical. So then moving on to theater. Nothing too crazy here. Same old, same old. We talked a little bit about, because Drand plays DK tank as a main, so we're going to come here first and mind control this guy and drag him throughout the dungeon for like the 5% damage buff and 10% DR, which is pretty cool. Oh, actually what we didn't talk about was these guys being inspired is kind of annoying because I like to AoE stun these, but not fortified, so pretty chill. I don't remember if we talked about this. I don't think we did, but probably maybe CC the Bone Mage and then kill him like, yeah, CC the Bone Mage I think is what we want to do. Kill this guy quick and then bring him back in. I don't know. That could actually be a little bit spicy. Then this pull is fine because this inspired guy dies pretty quick and these jumpers kind of go everywhere. But just like we burn AoE cooldowns there. This pack is more annoying than this pack actually, in my opinion. Just because it's like smaller, but they usually jump around a little bit, so usually get a kick off there. I think Firinn said we pull these two onto boss, which I kind of agree with. Oops, what are we looking at? Yeah, so pull this together with boss, because why not? Just stun the butcher when he does the devour flesh, because it'll steal health from your tank, and that's a bummer. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And then what else did we talk about? We talked a little bit just about how we're feeling about next season coming up and the new affix. New affix looks pretty chill. We all kind of tested it a little bit, but there's been some changes since then, so kind of just looking forward to doing it. Should be fun. And so this is the last official week of the season, and then technically next week will be the patch, but it'll still be tormented affix. So really there's 2 weeks left of the season, but this is like the last official week. And I don't know if shards will be disabled next week, so it might be the last week for like any type of score. If you're going for score, or you can still get portals next week. Like you'll still be able to get the achievement. They'll be like tuned the same way as they are now, and then the following week is when it becomes harder and it becomes like tuned towards next season gear, if that makes sense. And what else? What else did I talk about? Oh, okay, so I'm going to edit in the clip because what I learned this week is if you're in Mists of Tyrannocyte and you don't have a way to pull through the wall to get Veruth or the Fire Caller, depending on who's there, I figured it out on my shaman, or I read somewhere. I forget where I read it. I wish I remembered so I could credit them. But I made an explosive sheep from classic engineering, and I sent him through the wall, and he blew up and pulled Varuth for us so we could fight him before the boss, and I was really, really excited about it on stream. Hang on, just stay alive over there. I'm trying the last ditch effort. Okay, the sheep might be pulling. Just give me 1 sec.
Oh, okay, then I'll just leave that spike.
The sheep is running. He's slowly walking over. Wait, what the fuck is this?
Get him,
Yo,
sheep.
this is hilarious. Okay, this is huge value.
My God,
It did.
This is huge value. What the fuck?
The sheep pulled it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
You just have to be in combat, and it has to be the closest
Okay.
target. Oh my god. I tremor. We're fine.
Buy sheep.
Woo! I only had 2 in my inventory, so that's all we got, folks. That was exhilarating.
oh my God.
That is
I love how
awesome.
slow it walks too. Just like dee dee dee.
We're in.
That's about it. Just opened my vault on my tunes. Didn't really get anything too crazy. I think I got like a shield, but I'm not even gonna use it. Key did I get? 21 hauls. Ooh. I didn't even think I wanted 21 hauls. My shaman's doing pretty good. 23, 43. Probably as good as it'll get me. I'll try to get this 16 other side upgraded. There's a few tyrannical keys I could get for score this week, but I don't know if I'm worried too much about score this late in the season. Would be cool to get 2400, but that's kind of a lot for the last week. So probably just chilling, maybe playing some bear. Oh, let me not keep my bags open for this long. Joe's gonna yell at me. Also, thank you to my 2 patrons. I will put your names on screen at the end of the podcast all the time. Come find me on stream. I started streaming on YouTube and Twitch now, so if you're more of a YouTube type of person like I am, then you'll be able to find me there. I don't really have a stream schedule yet because my schedule is kind of weird right now, but maybe I'll work something out for next season. I'll be regular. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you to Firinn, Drand, and Prey for helping me out yesterday, even though I'm an idiot and didn't record it properly. So big thank you to them. I appreciate it as always. And talk to you guys next week. Peace out.